Today we're gonna talk about
mommy issues, or as Fab likes to say, mama trauma.
yeah,
I feel like I like that better, by the way. I feel
like-
like you should coin that. You should coin that term, mama trauma.
mama trauma. Welcome back to Relate Right for another beautiful discussion. In the car, I'm Fab.
I'm Elle.
We are not psychologists. We are a real couple who live what they're talking about and love to give not just advice, but also real insight about things that we are living in our relationship, but also things that we lived before in the dating life, because we think that it can help you. Jump in the discussion with us. Let's go.
Today we're going to talk about something that I feel like a lot of people can relate to, but don't hear about often enough.
Yeah.
You hear about daddy issues all the time, but you don't really hear about mommy issues.
Yes.
And mommy issues is pretty prevalent, because I think most people associate like daddy issues or mommy issues with absence of that parent.
That's why we talk more about daddy issues.
Right, because right,
Because who live the relationship and live
Right.
without the child?
It's
The dad.
But you can have both of those issues even when the parent is there. And most of the time it's actually when they're there.
When they're there, yeah. Even if both parents are there, you can have both issue, mommy and daddy.
Yeah, they absolutely. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess like, and it's interesting because when we talk about mommy issues, we think about the men
Yeah.
in the relationship having mommy issues and women having daddy issues.
Yeah.
But that's actually not true. Both women and men can have these, I guess, traumas that manifest into the way they behave in relationships.
Yeah, because just I cut you because we've seen this this perspective that you said because women are you know that women are more attractive, not attractive, that is not the word. But women tend to be more close to their dad.
Yeah.
Daughter be close to their dad.
Yeah.
And seeking for dad
like approval and love.
love and what they can get from the mother.
Yes.
And same for the men. So that's why as well then we have this view and we say that okay, so that means the man will have mommy issue and the daughter will have daddy issue.
Yeah, and they'll have, and that's the thing. Like what you said is very valid, because when you think about what both parents bring to the child, like dads bring confidence, especially to little girls, and they show little girls how they should be loved. Right. So
how they should be loved,
right.
By loving their mom. By the way the dad is loving their mom.
That's exactly right.
And that's why we can say that you can have your dad, you can have your mom,
you can still have issues. You can still have issues. Yeah. So, but today we're only gonna kind of focus on the mommy part.
Today we're gonna talk.
And
because otherwise it's gonna last for 5 hours.
It's gonna be 5 hours. So daddy issues will come later.
Yeah.
But I found it really, really interesting when I was reading about mommy issues, and I read that so there can be like overbearing mothers who are just like there all the time. There can be controlling mothers, and then absent mothers, and all of that gives the same type of trauma. Right?
Yeah.
However, the deepest trauma comes from ambivalent mothers, or mothers who are inconsistent. And what that means is, if you grow up with a mom who is nurturing 1 minute and absent or distant or critical the next minute, that is what creates the biggest issues. And what happens often is it creates people pleasers. It creates like hypersensitivity to an atmosphere. So I can kind of relate to that in a way. I'm very intuitive. I can read a room very well. I know exactly how I need to behave when I enter a space. I know I'm in tune with what other people are thinking. I'm always thinking about how I need to present myself to the different people, because I'm in tune with what's needed in a situation.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's how I grew up, but I'm just saying I can relate to that feeling of needing to be perfect, of needing approval. And, you know, as I grew up, I think I changed a lot.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily seek out approval in the same way.
But you said that because it's from
it's from childhood.
Okay.
It's from childhood and from like always needing to be perfect.
Okay.
Always like trying to not disappoint.
Your mom?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think so, yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Because as a man, for example, then that's interesting because then you can have two point of view from men and women.
Yeah.
So for me, as I live with my mom, because it's the same for you. You live most of the time.
I had a single mom, so she has to be super strong, and like there's lots of, you know, sorry to cut you off, but there was like lots of things going on in her life.
Yeah.
War, divorce, trauma from all these different things. So even if it wasn't like on purpose, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was very nurturing, but you know, she had to work 16 hours a day and, you know, things like that. So you just, you can't control that type of situation. You can't be there for your kid 100% of the time when the situation calls for you to like provide, you know?
Of course.
Yeah.
So I was saying that, for example, from my side, because now I reflect a lot on myself and I understand a little bit better myself at 34 years old. But I realized that because my mom was alone, and also because of her past story with her mom, because she had a lot of issue with her mom.
Yeah.
She hid all the good moments. She hide all the bad moment that could happen to her, or can happen in general in our life, in our life, you know. So she hide those moments from us when we were a child, and so if she were sad or if she probably had moments where she was crying by herself, you know, and we never seen that, and or even when I don't have the moment really to remember when she was sad or something like that, you know. So as a mom, you're like, I'm going to protect my probably that's why you said to yourself, I'm going to protect my children from all those things for there to only be happy, and that's not their problem, the problem that I'm facing, you know. So I understand, but I realized that on me, I don't know if I have mommy issue. I don't know if I can call it like that. But for me, I realized that in terms of the emotion, so when I see someone next to me crying, or be sad or be emotional about certain things, you know,
that you don't think are serious, by the way.
That I don't think is serious, for example, or I don't understand why you would be crying for this. It even make me angry about the person, but not. It only happened for people that I really like, or that really. So, for example, you, my sister, or things like. Not people that I don't know, because I can be I'm very empathic about those people. How you say? Empathetic.
Yeah.
With those people, you know, and I don't know why. Maybe because they are strangers, so it's easier. You know. But when they are close to me, sometimes it's even make me hungry because I don't know how to react. And I realized that after, I was like, damn, that's why we all talk about daddy issue and things like that. But even when your mom are there, even when your parents are there, based on their education or what they hide or what they show or what they didn't show to you, then you still have issue about certain things. And that's just an example.
I think that's a great example because it's interesting that you say that, because when I met you, right, you would always like, when we talked about what kind of woman is attractive to you, it's like a strong woman, someone that's like, you know, equal, like you didn't want a submissive woman, all that stuff. And that really probably comes from your mom, right? Because you saw that your mom had to be strong and was strong. So that's kind of what you sought out, and that's what you view women like. Yeah. So when you see that like a woman you love is sad, you're like, toughen up, like what are you doing? Like it's kind of as if you set this expectation of how they should behave,
Yes.
And then when they don't, you don't understand and you don't know what to do because you never had to do anything in that situation when you were younger, right?
That's exactly right. Just 1 minute when you talk about that from the man perspective and in the dating area.
Yeah.
So the example that you just give, it's very important for the dating area, you know, when the dating part where our men will choose a woman or our men will handle certain type of woman based of their mom trauma.
That's right.
Of the mama trauma. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, based on that, you know, because I see all on social media again, and I already said that, and I will say it again. They make money by attacking women in any type of form. So, so now that I see as well, oh, you do that, daddy issue. Oh, you do that, daddy issue. Okay, the men as well who talk about women and, oh, by the way, the YouTubers who attack women and make this their strategy to make money, they have most of the time, and I would say 99%, they have mama trauma. You know what I mean?
So funny.
Yeah, they have mama trauma.
Yeah. I can
think
see
about
that.
it. Think about it.
No, I can see that because also when I was researching this particular topic and when I watch other podcasts, they often talk about these type of men. So luckily you're a good person, you're an empathetic person, and you're, I guess, I don't know, I can't necessarily say you have mommy issues, but it's just like probably a small piece of trauma that manifests in a certain way, right? But a lot of men, especially in this society now, you know, we always talk about how men want a woman to be strong, to work out, to raise the kids, to contribute the same amount of money, and just like achieve this level of perfectionism. And a lot of the time, they are the ones who had the strong single mother who did everything, who protected them from everything.
Yes.
And that trauma manifests in that way where they just expect their woman to be the nurturer, but be the provider, be their emotional support, and just basically be Superwoman because their mom was Superwoman.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know, when you say that as well, I mean, social media is not because we talk about social media, but social media is not for every how to say, it's not the world.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not the world. Because on social media, if I told you, like, if the example that you say, I'm going to tell you that, but when I watch social media, most of the people, most of the trend around the alpha male, it's like they don't ask for a woman to provide in terms of money. You know what I mean? They ask for a submissive woman who do her job at home.
Yeah,
and stay to her place, you know, at home, and be sure that the life of the man are easier as possible because he's the one who's bringing money, which is the most important thing in the relationship, in the alpha male perspective.
Well, that is slightly different to real life where men want women to be everything.
To be everything.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Because in the social media world, like you said, the alpha males are expecting just the wifely duties to be performed.
Yeah.
And they put no value on that, right? Because in that way, they want to be the sole decision makers.
Yeah.
Because they're the sole earners. Whereas the guys I'm talking about, they still want to be the sole decision makers, but they still want you to do everything.
As well. Yeah.
It's interesting because it all manifests from childhood. And so mommy issues impact men and women differently.
Yes. Oh, let's talk about the Wonder Woman for the woman perspective. And I already know because I have a sister and I can see the issue. You know, I can see.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, you maybe going to be able to explain to me. I don't know why mom and daughter, they are so close at a certain point, so around teenage for the daughter, until she start to become a woman, established woman,
Yeah.
and start to want to fly and for herself and have her own choice, then the mom start to undervalue her choices, undervalue what she believe in life, and think like she don't know nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the mom. I made you.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I can see that between my mom sometimes and my sister. You know, they have they have argument, and they were very close. They are very close. You know,
Yeah.
but they have argument as well because they don't understand each other at one point. And I can see that my sister want to say that listen to me,
Right.
and my mother is like, what are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you can explain that to me, for example.
I can't really explain why that is.
Yeah.
But
you feel that with the kind of
yeah, absolutely. Like my mom and I were best friends when I was a child, and then like obviously when you grow up, you feel like they don't respect you. And it comes from a different trauma. And if I actually think about it, it's probably because my mom doesn't have sons, right? But I'm sure if she did, it would be different. Just like with your mom. I think your mom really values and respects what you and your brother have to say. Yeah, so you'll see a lot of mothers who have sons as well. They'll respect their sons' decisions. They won't interfere. They might interfere once they get in a relationship. But I just mean like they won't interfere with their decisions. Too much, right? They respect what they say. They don't try to necessarily control them. But when it comes to daughters, it's a very different story. So I think a lot of the time, there's a few reasons, but a lot of the time it's because they just can't let go. They want to protect their daughters. When you have a little girl, you just want to protect her from the world because you know, as a woman, how cruel the world is.
Or also, something that came in my mind as well, it's like they project in their daughter, I mean, the fear that they have or the experience that they had in the world, because they are also women, so women and they are the same gender, so them it's easier for them to project their fear
onto their daughter,
their daughter, and imagine the worst based on what they also experienced before.
Yep.
So that's why as well, maybe it's one of the reasons as well why mother and daughter sometimes are very clashing at one point. But it's not clashing at the beginning. It's clashing in the same
it's
like
clashing the
30,
moment. No,
when your wife.
Well, it starts very early. It starts like in teenagehood. So like once little girls start to rebel, it changes the relationship.
The relationships, yeah.
Because what happens is mothers feel like a little bit rejected, I think. So when your daughter doesn't agree with you, or when she's trying to teach you something or tell you something that maybe you believed your whole life, it starts to feel like an attack. It starts to feel like, was I wrong all along?
Yeah.
Like, who is this little thing who just came into this world telling me how to live my life or how to live or what to, they're saying that I was wrong.
That I put on this world, by the way.
That's exactly right.
It's even worse like, in their mind. Like,
and maybe, like, I don't think it's coming from, like, a malicious place, but it's coming from maybe a little bit of ego.
Oh, yeah, a big, not small, not a little bit. I think it's ego.
It's coming from ego. Yeah.
It's coming from ego directly, yeah.
Yeah, and then I think as well, just from some of the research that I was doing, losing control and authority. So like as your daughter gets older, like you always kind of know that your son's gonna go and do his thing and have his wife, and the dynamic will change between you because he's gonna have his wife, right?
Yeah.
But your daughter, it's different. It goes from you being the mother to you being equal, even though you're still the mother.
Yeah.
Because now you're both women, you're both equal, you both have a say, and you start to feel some type of way about losing that control over your daughter. And the more that you push and disagree, the more she's gonna pull away.
And I have a question who's related to that, because I'm trying to understand as well, because I'm not a woman. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that we have to try to understand,
Yeah.
And so I'm like, our parents, like 50 and 60 years old, around this age. So the generation before us, not before us, you think it's because as well the place of the woman.
Yes.
So the men are on top of the woman, and so then because they live this life,
Yeah.
they do the same thing with unconsciously they do the same
Yes.
thing with their daughter.
That's
So that's
exactly
why
right.
so that's why as well I think what you just said about losing control is like they want to control, and I feel like it's more normal and consciously, sometimes consciously for some of for certain mothers, but unconsciously they're like, I have the right to tell you what to do, even if you are 30 years old, even if you have your son, your daughter, even if you have child, even if you have your life, even if you're successful. And
well, I find that
I mean?
very interesting, because we live in such a patriarchal world that I think, like you said, subconsciously the moms are viewing women as probably the same way that patriarchy views them, and so they feel more comfortable controlling. And then also I feel like that boomers generation has this hierarchy when it comes to age as well. And they're like, well, I'm older than you, so I'm smarter and I'm gonna tell you how to live, right? Whereas in our generation, we started to kind of break that mold. Like, yes, you respect your elders, absolutely. That doesn't mean you can't disagree with them.
Well, by the way, we are one of the last generations who value our elder.
Right.
Because when you see what's happened with the young generation.
Right. But I feel like, I don't know about you, but I feel like the generation before the boomers, they didn't really like tell their kids what to do. Like their daughters, like they would just marry them off and then like kind of see you later. Right? Whereas like the boomers are kind of, we're totally digressing now. But anyway, how all of this manifests in a relationship, like for women, is basically when your mother is kind of overbearing or like expecting you to be perfect, or even just like dismissing your emotions, because I think that happens a lot. Mothers dismiss their daughters' emotions.
And that's why it affects us men in the relationship.
Yes.
Because a lot of issue that I can see in a relationship, and a lot of cause of argument as well. It's like, you don't listen to me.
I don't know why you're looking like that, looking at me like that.
Yeah, because you tell me that a lot. You don't listen to me, even if like I feel like I was listening, but it's deeper than just listen. It's a feeling.
Yeah, exactly, because I feel like you're dismissing like what I'm trying to tell you. When I said, I'll give you a prime example. When a woman's yelling at you because you, I don't know, didn't put the socks in the laundry basket and you just throw them on the floor, right? It's just like a simple example. A lot of the times when she's like, you didn't put that sock in the thing, you're literally as a man thinking she's talking about the socks, and you're like, it's not that deep. Like, what are you so mad about? But for her, it's not the socks. It's that you don't care about her. Yeah. You don't consider her. You're not thinking about her when you're doing something to make her life easier. So that's the whole point.
Yeah, but she don't know how to express the right things that she want to express. So as well, it's not the fault of the man or the fault of the woman.
I mean, he should just put his socks in the damn one.
Yeah, but is it a reason for an argument? No. But if you explain the thing the way you explain it, then it's different. It's deeper. Yeah. So that's why now we talk about argument, but that's why it's related to dating it's related to dating as well.
It's related to getting into a relationship with somebody who has their emotions dismissed. So a lot of the times, and I'll tell you this as a woman, from a woman's perspective, when you have a mother who dismisses your emotions or is, like I said, overbearing and all these things, in a relationship, you are going to try to seek perfection to get the man that you want, right? You're going to try to please the person. You're going to be, again, hypersensitive to what he wants and what he needs.
Yeah.
And you're going to get him by showing him that you're everything that he wants.
Yeah.
Once you're in that relationship, you're going to get mad about that. You're going to be mad about the fact that now you've shown him you're this perfect person, but now you got to keep that up.
Yeah. And no one can, actually.
Exactly.
No one can.
Exactly. And so then the problems start to arise because he's expecting you to be that perfect person because you set that expectation.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm going to drive because this guy is going to wake up.
He's going to wake up.
And by the way, this is why we are filming in the car.
Right. So, but tell me, like, from a man's perspective, like, so when it comes to mommy issues, from a woman's perspective, this is what I find. I find it's mostly, and through the research that I had a look at, it is mostly the people pleasing and the hypersensitivity to the atmosphere around you. And that's the type of person that you try to, and that's, sorry, not the type of person, but that's how you try to attract someone.
That's why you try to attract someone, but so there is different pattern based on the trauma that you have.
Yeah, of course.
But for me, the worst is the woman the mother who didn't give love to their son.
Right.
You create a monster against women.
Yes.
Against women. Because you can give what you never receive.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can give what you never received.
That's true.
Can he get it? Can he get it through his life from another woman? Maybe, but I don't think it will never be the same from to your mom.
Because you've already created a narcissist.
Yes.
So that love that she gives it don't mean anything.
Yes, exactly. And he will always fight against women.
That's right.
He will always fight against women because now it's his nature.
Wow.
It's who he is.
It's not just, so when a mother doesn't show love to her son, he starts to believe all women are like that and that all women are going to betray him. And he essentially, like, deep down actually hates women.
Oh, yeah.
And so even when he's with a woman, all he wants is for her to love him. Right?
Yeah.
It's such a, it's actually quite ironic. All he really wants is for her to love him, right? So he will keep creating opportunities for her to prove her love, but it's never going to be enough because deep down he never believes that he's worthy of it because his mother didn't give it to him.
But also, as he don't know how to because he never received it. He don't know how to give it. He don't know how to give love, understand love. So that means sometimes what you just explained when you said that he's gonna hate you because he loves you or because he's looking for your love. You know, he's gonna hate you because he's looking for your love.
But it's very subconscious.
Yeah. But now I go deep.
Right.
He's gonna hate you because he's looking for your love.
Yeah.
But that's the only way he can give you love.
Well.
Because
I think.
You know what I mean? It's unconscious.
It is subconscious. I think what happens is he wants the love.
Yeah.
I don't think he doesn't realize that deep down he's working against you. He doesn't think that. He wants the love, but the love is never enough. Whatever you do for him is never enough.
Yeah.
Because his mother didn't love him, he also believes he's not worthy of love. So even if you give it to him, and no matter how much you prove to him, he's never going to believe you. And then if you leave him, he's going to tell you you never loved him. And when it comes to him loving you, that's very inconsistent, right?
Yeah.
He loves you when you're useful. He loves you when you're obedient. he loves you when you're helpful. That is the same way his mother loved him. She loved him when he was useful, when he listened, and when he didn't cause her any problems. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, yeah, I understand.
And it's the same way. As long as you're obedient, as long as you do what I say, I love you. But the moment you move away or have an opinion or disagree with me or don't do something my way, the love gets taken away. And that's exactly how his mother loved him.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate.
There's actually so many men, there's a lot of men like that. There's a lot of men like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And narcissists, whether they're covert or overt or malignant, they are created. They're not born always.
Not born, yeah. I mean, it's the same for every type of
you can, yeah, it's a personality disorder.
Yeah.
You can't really diagnose people, but I think a lot of men have those traits. You know what I mean? Like, to call someone a narcissist is quite heavy. But I think a lot of men do have certain traits just because of the way that, like, the family dynamics are now. So it's very difficult not to create someone with a trauma. Like, there's single parent homes, you get trauma for that. There's 2-parent homes that don't necessarily, doesn't mean they're necessarily happy, or, showing deep love between each other. So you're going to create another trauma. It's very rare to be like, oh yeah, my parents were married and they love each other.
I don't think you can be you can be on this earth without trauma.
No,
that's the only thing.
Of course, yeah.
Also, but there is certain trauma who's stronger, bigger, more with more effect in your life than others as well. And some as well will also hard to get through them or overcome them. So that's the only thing.
Another really, really interesting fact is that even though we just said narcissism isn't from birth and it's like, kind of created, there are things that impact people in relationships that come from generational trauma and epigenetics, for example. So, when a mother is pregnant and she's under a lot of stress, this can actually impact the cortisol levels of the baby. Mm-hmm. And the cortisol is the stress hormone, right? So you can literally be predisposed to these issues, and then you show up. So if your mother is like highly distressed, or while she's pregnant, you can be genetically prone to showing up to relationships in a very chaotic way.
Yeah. This is crazy because and now we know that everything you have, shocking moment, trauma, good moment as well, happy moment, whatever, it's your genetics memorize. You have memories. You have memories. Genetics memories as well, who get passed to generation after generation.
Yes.
And there is the long period, there is the short period memories. Yeah. There is different memories as well. Yeah. So of course, the thing that you say, it's so true that it can happen from the beginning, from the womb. Things that we don't. It's too. I mean, it's too big for us to think about that. When we have, for example, when you're gonna have a child, you don't. When you argue, for example, you don't think that if you say certain things or if you stress about certain things, then you're gonna pass that to your child, maybe of your fear, or maybe some of your fear or whatever, can get through to the wound as well. It's so deep.
I mean, there's so much research, and this is just a small example of like when you actually give birth, if you're a mother who's stressed and anxious, your child is more prone to having colic and crying and being stressed and anxious as well. And all the research says when you want your child to calm down, you need to calm down because they regulate through your emotional state.
Emotional, yeah.
And so it only makes sense that you can alter this in your child from the very beginning, and it can go all the way up to adulthood if that child is in the environment where the parent is very stressed. Because we know what stress comes with: emotional outbursts or depression, or, you know, there's so many different ways that stress manifests.
Yes.
And so depending on what that is going to impact the child. And when you go into a relationship, of course, like, you don't really have a fair chance, right? Because it was kind of predetermined. You're going to have to work a lot harder to overcome that, because you're going to go into a relationship where you're going to be attracted to a relationship that is very stressful, very chaotic, maybe even violent, if that's something that was experienced before. And you might not even understand why, but unfortunately that's like your normal state, what you're used to from very little. So you definitely have to work a lot harder to break these generational traumas that are like completely, unfortunately, not your fault.
It's not your fault, but you know what? This is as well. This is what we are talking all the time when we are together, when we are without camera and everything. But this is why it is so important. This is the most important. I'm gonna say it all the time. It's the most important choice of your life.
Yeah.
They will try to tell you that your business deal is more important than everything. Your I don't know, your religion is more important than everything, or whatever. But this is the most important decision of your life. Who you're gonna choose to live with you, to be in a relationship with you. Why I'm saying that? You just said before that we are dealing with things that who can come from like the beginning, like the wounds,
right, yeah.
You know? So sometimes, and most of the time, you don't know that you have them. But you know what? The right partner, the right person who's next to you will help you figure it out. First, that you have them, that it's inside you, based on sometimes your reaction that you have to that you have when you have issue with this partner, you know. And if you have healthy argument, which we talked about in previous episode, if you have healthy argument, you will be able to spot those patterns and try to make a connection. And this is the only way to overcome them, you know. So it's always coming from someone else as well. But imagine now the contrary. You have the negative person, you have toxic argument, and you have someone who triggers your trauma that you don't know that you had, but now who multiply and become other trauma and even bigger and even more toxic for you and for your partner. So when you talk about that, and I envision that, and I see that, I'm like, a lot of people are in this situation.
Yeah.
They are in toxic relationship for a while. They are together, but at the same time alone against each other, and it's because of this part as well. Because this is the part that we can see, that we can touch. Yeah. So it's hard to realize it if you don't.
If you live it in every day, you're not looking from the outside.
Exactly.
Funny enough, we often end up in our very first relationships attracted to people who actually trigger us rather than the ones who help heal us. And that's because those are the familiar atmospheres, those are the familiar people, those are the familiar behaviors. And that's why we end up with people who actually trigger us. And it's often very boring to be with somebody who doesn't trigger us. So when we get opportunities to learn or to be with someone who calms our nervous system, is uneasy for us because that's not necessarily what we're used to. Everybody kind of gravitates towards what environment they're used to, right? In general.
Yeah.
Right. But when you are looking for a partner, when you finally start to work on yourself and start to realize and evolve emotionally and spiritually, you start to attract a person who will help calm your nervous system and who will help bring to light some of those traumas that you didn't know you had, like you said, you know? And I feel like in our relationship, you know, there's lots of times where you've said things and I've realized, oh, wow, I didn't realize that was still a problem for me. And I'm sure there's things that I said to you that you were like, you know, maybe reflected on and then thought, oh, I didn't realize that I do that or that I say that or that I behave that way. And so when you are with somebody who inspires you to be a better person and who you trust with your feelings, you're more open to working on these things and to believing what they tell you. Because if you're with a partner who's like, you could be with a different partner who tells you the same thing and you're just gonna be like, you're an asshole.
Exactly. The boring part that you said that we that you said it's boring. You know, when someone don't bring the toxic situation that we are used to. Then when you do the work that you just said, then the boring things that you find boring is the thing that you will start to look for. Deeply.
That's right.
And that's when you can see that there is a switch in your personality.
Exactly right.
And
that's
who you
exactly
are
right.
as a human.
And who you, like I said, who you attract. And so just to kind of close it off, you said a very valid point about needing somebody else to help you grow. You can't grow on your own. As humans, we need other people to help us. You can't achieve anything by yourself. And so choosing the right partner is critical to your success and your evolution as a human. Right? So, but it could also be your ultimate downfall. I've seen that happen many, many times as well. In relationship, in friendship. We talk more about this for friendship. That's crazy. We talk more about this for friendship than your partner. Yeah, that's true.
Which is equal or even maybe even more.
It dictates your future and your life.
Exactly. And I'm going to take this moment to say that we have our relationship readiness quiz. Check in the link below. You're gonna have once you take the quiz, you're gonna have tools and resources tailor your result to help you navigate the modern dating challenges. Good discussion again.
Let us know if you realize you had some mommy issues, or if you're not comfortable saying it, you could say a friend or something that you've seen before. I'd love to hear your thoughts about how you think it manifests in women versus men.
If you agree or not, we will answer personally. There is no team. We are the one who answer the comments. So let's talk, and we will see you
in the next video.